Alright, so this is problem 6-27, and we're looking at customer profitability. And so the idea behind this problem is that not all customers are created equal. And so different kinds of customers, different kind of customers' behaviors will have them incur different cost. So, it's obviously it's important on how much you're selling to a customer group, but it's also important to understand what kind of cost those customers are making you incur. And so in this problem we have Chronicle Company, so they have a mail order clothing and accessory company, and they're concerned about their expenses. And so they've identified 4 different types of customers. So it looks like they send out catalogs and flyers to all the customers several times a year. They take orders by mail or over the phone. And they get paid by check or credit card. And they have a very generous return policy. So they've broken it down. So we have different customer types. So customers 1, 2, 3, and 4. And it gives us their initial sales. It gives us their return items, the dollar value of returns, their number of orders, number of phone orders, time spent on the phone, overnight deliveries, and regular deliveries. Okay. So it also says that the prices are set so the cost of goods sold averages about 75% of sales. Customers pay the actual shipping charges, but processing is required for overnight deliveries. And so now they identify the different activities that go on. So processing mail orders, processing phone orders, processing returns, processing overnight requests, and customer relations. And so part A says, so using activity-based costing, determine the yearly profit associated with each of the 4 customers. So, okay, so we have our little mini income statement built over here. And so we have the sales, start off with the sales, and so the sales per customer listed right here. We have already that plugged in. Less returns, so they give us the return amounts. So we need to figure out their net sales, so we'll just subtract that out. So that tells us the cost of goods sold is 75% of sales. So let's do 75% times our net sales. And then, okay, so processing mail orders. So it's $5 per non-phone order. So $5 per non-phone order, and it looks like customer number 1, so they have 1 order per year, and one of them is phone orders, so they have 0 non-phone orders. I'm just gonna get our formula, let's drag that across. So customer 2 has 6 different non-phone orders. Customer 3 has 4. And customer 4 has 0. Okay. So we want to process the phone order, so it's $80 per hour. And so customer 1 spends a quarter of an hour on the phone. Drag that across to get our formula. Customer 2 doesn't spend any. Customer 3 doesn't spend any time on the phone. And customer 4 spends a full hour on the phone. So customer returns. So $5 per return. And so the first customer doesn't have any returns. Customer 2 has 4. Customer 3 doesn't have any, or wait, they should have some. Let's see, they have 2. And customer 4 has 24 return orders. Alright, so overnights are $4 per request. And so customer 1 has 1 overnight request. Whoops. Back that up. Customer 2 doesn't have any. Customer 3 doesn't have any. And customer 4 has 12. And then customer relations are 50 apiece. Alright, so the profit is going to be their net sales minus the sum of their cost. Oops. Let's fix that messed up formula. There we go. That looks better. So now we have the profit per customer, and then let's do the profit per sales. And so that's going to be the profit divided by their total sales. So, all right. So here we have, if we look at all the different customers, we have customer 4 who has by far the most amount of sales, but they have the lowest profit. And then here we have customers 1 and 2 have the lowest amount of sales, but customer 1 has the most profit. Actually, no, I guess customer 3 has the most profit. Customer 1 has the highest profit per sales ratio. So even though customer 4 has all these sales, they also have a lot of return that goes into that, and they also spend a lot of time on the phone taking orders and processing those orders. So they have a very expensive customer type. So part C, what advice would we give Chroniker for managing their relationship? And so the biggest problem, the biggest cost right here is having returns. So if they can figure out what's causing all those customers to want to return that product, and see if they can make some changes and reduce that, because that's a very expensive item. So not only in just the returns, but it also in processing those returns as they come back. Their phone ordering time seems pretty obsessive. I mean, 15 minutes, to take an order with customer 1, and a full hour for customer 4. That seems like it could be reduced. So it looks like they're also eating a little bit of cost doing overnight deliveries. And so even though the customer pays for the delivery, they still have to pay, or still Chroniker's cost to actually process that. So maybe they want to think about upping their overnight costs a little bit to cover all their costs. So but anyway, so this is kind of a quick little problem, just to kind of get a look at total sales to a customer are definitely not the only thing to look at. Customers do they do bring their own cost to the table, and it's good to understand what kind of customers you have, and what their behaviors or activities are that are increasing or driving cost.